let's go ahead, everyone, and get started like usual. So we're going to find all that length through our spine here, stack all our vertebrae up, keep our belly button pulled back, and we're going to chin tuck back for 10. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's reset. Shake it out here. Pull all that length back up. Now we're going to do our head turns for 10. Ready? Begin. 1, back to center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to go into our time exercises now. We're going to do 30 seconds, 4 moves, and we're going to do 2 rounds through. So we're going to do our cherry pickers with our arm circles. So seated, we're wide with our stance here, wider than our shoulders. We're reaching outwards towards the middle, towards the end, and then we're going to arm circle back. Out, middle, in, back. Okay, standing, out, middle, in, circle. Okay, second one, hand curl with our pulls backs. Okay, seated, we're tapping those toes back closer towards the edge of our chair. Standing, it's more our heels coming up to our glutes. Third, lateral shift windmill. So standing, we're going to push that hip back, come back to center. Other side, push that hip back, okay? Seated, and keep that wide stance. We're going to reach opposite hand or foot. Opposite, okay? And then our last one, we're going to do a squat, pivot, and reach. Seated, alternating leg extension. Reach and twist, reach and twist. If we are standing, squat, reach, squat, reach, okay? Starting with those 4 count cherry pickers, 30 seconds. Let's get ready. And begin. We're reaching outward. Let me turn this down. Out, middle, in, circle back. Okay, think about your joints here. All right, we're moving through our hip when we're doing these reaches down. And then we're moving through our shoulders as we circle back. Right, we're going to get ready to go into those hand curl kickbacks right now. Here we go. We're getting our knees and elbows involved into the mix now. Different joints here we're moving through. We're going to do our lateral shift to windmill next. Here we go. If you're seated, remember, nice and wide with that stance. Sink that hip back. Okay, you don't have to actually touch the floor here or anything like that. You don't have to touch your toe. You're just reaching in that position. And I'll show you from the side. We want the hip back, okay? So not the knee forward, hip back, so that the weight is in the heel of your foot. 10 more seconds here. We're going to do our squat, pivot, and reach. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so squat, pivot, and reach. Squat, pivot, and reach. Remember, if you're seated, it's alternating leg extension and then an alternating pivot, reach. Think of pressing your heels in the floor to come up. Okay, so the work is when we're coming up, okay? And time, 1 more round through. 4 count cherry pickers. Five more seconds here. We're going back to those hand curls. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we go. we're gonna do 10 minutes, 10 exercises. But just like last week, the first round, we're gonna do an A-B, okay? So we'll do 3 rounds of 10 exercises. And okay, we're moving on here. Lateral shift the windmill. Here we go. Nice and wide. Sink that hip back, drive through the heel. Feel the length in the opposite leg. Try to keep the toes facing forward and not out to the sides here to make sure that that'll help us ensure that our hip is pushing back. 2, 1, final one here. Squat, pivot and reach. Nice long stretch up as you reach. Yep, but the first block will be A-B, A-B. So we'll be working for a little bit today. 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll do it one more time, just one round through. Okay, so first exercise, we're doing a ground overhead today. So this is our pick it up and put it away, okay? So we're gonna take one weight, okay? All right, now hold on to it like this, all right? I'm going to be about hip to shoulder width apart with my feet as I sink down to pick it up. See this, my hips are going back versus my knees coming forward to pick it up off the ground. Hips back, I'm gonna pick it up even though it's already in my hands, right? And then I'm gonna stand it up and put it away. Pick it up, put it away. Okay, that's our first move. You can do this with a water bottle. You can do it body weight, okay? If you just want to work the range of motion, you can do it that way. After that, we are doing our goalpost fly with our side step, okay? I'll tell you as we go along the next 2. So let's start with our ground to overhead. If you're seated, it's going to look relatively the same. We're going to pick it up off the floor and put it on the shelf, okay? All right, guys, let's get ready here. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Pick it up, put it on the shelf. Pick it up, put it on the shelf. Okay. Keeping your core engaged, pull that belly button back. And as we're standing back up, really think about engaging your glutes to help you stand up. Okay, that's when we're standing back up. Let me show you right here. I'm squeezing really hard to stand up and put that away. Going at a pace that feels good for you. Remember, the timer is our guide. We can only start or stop early or late. And time. Okay. Body weight move here. Our goalpost fly with our side step. Okay. Working on posture muscles here. In our upper back. Ready? And begin. Okay, this looks relatively the same if you're seated. You're just lateral tapping. After this exercise, we're going back to our ground to overhead, that first one. You should feel warmth in the back of your shoulders here. If it gets really aggressive, you can always bring them down a little lower here, okay? But we're working the muscles in our upper back here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to our ground to overhead. Grab one weight. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Push the hips back, pick it up off the floor, and put it away. Now, mind you, when I say pick it up off the floor, we're not literally putting it down. I just mean that's the motion, like that's what the pattern of our body is creating, right? Like we're picking something up off the floor and then putting it on the high shelf. Okay, squeeze the glutes as you lift your body back up to standing and simultaneously keep that belly button pulled back. Moving at your pace. 5, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Side step, goalpost fly. Then we're going to move on to the next two. The next two are going to be our single leg bicep curl, split half the time, and our hinge and row. For now, let's hit this goalpost with our lateral step. Here we go. Yep, so our hinge and row, one of our staples that we've done from the start, right? Working the back of our legs and our glutes and also our lats and our back. That's our next one, and that single leg bicep curl, okay? We'll stand on one leg, do our bicep curls for half the time on one leg, half the time on the other. Three, 2, and 1. All right. Next, we're going to grab 2 weights. Okay. Roll our shoulders back and down. Feet are under hips. We're going to hinge, push the hips back, belly button the spine, row, and then stand up. Okay. It's going to look the same seated. Ready? Begin. Lengthen your spine. We're going to hinge forward, row, pull those weights up towards the pocket, back up to standing or upright if you're seated. Okay. Think of your hips pushing back in a horizontal pattern, and then your hips are pushing forward in a horizontal pattern, right? So even though our hips are in a horizontal motion, our upper body, right, everything above our hips is moving up and down. 3, 2, and time. Okay, bicep curl. Balance is next, okay? Half the time on one leg, and if you're seated, just keep one leg up, okay? Ready? And begin. Let's imagine we have paper in between our elbows and our rib cage, and find a point to stare at. Three, 2, 1, other side. Trying to look at my timer out of the side of my eye while doing this only increases my challenge, guys. 5 seconds. 2, and 1. Okay, back to that hinge and row. Okay, really trying to make that mind muscle connection, feeling our muscles work all through here and here. Okay, ready? And begin. Push the hips back, row. Squeeze the glutes, drive the hips forward. Belly button to spine, staying nice and present. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to our balanced bicep curl. Put my timer somewhere where I don't have to turn around and look at it. Let's get ready and begin. Find that fixed point to stare at. Ooh. Didn't work. I still have to look to the side. Here we go, other side. Ten more seconds. Oh, my balance today, guys. 2 and 1. Okay, moving along here. Suitcase sit squat. We're gonna hold both our weights in each hand. We're gonna sit it down on our chair and we're gonna stand it back up, okay? Alternating leg extensions if you're seated. Here we go. Sit it down. Like you're holding 2 briefcases in either hand as you sit down and stand up. We're gonna do a lateral 3-count march with this one, with a hold. When we're standing up, I want you to think about pushing the floor away, okay? It starts with your feet pushing the floor away to get that muscle engagement to stand you up, okay? And time on those. Next one, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Okay, we're gonna try to bring a little quickness, so we have to stop on momentum. Okay, if you're seated, just 1, 2, 3, hold from your chair. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Try to get an opposite hand foot pattern if you can. Trying to get a little quickness in the middle, and then a pause. Quick, 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 pause. Quick, 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 pause. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to our suitcase sit squat or our alternating leg extension. Ready? And begin. I love a sit squat. This really teaches us what a proper squat movement mechanic is, okay? Push the floor away, okay? It's the work when you're standing back up that I really want you to dial in on. Pushing the floor away. That's how we're gonna get those muscles to engage. Is when we focus on the standing up and squeezing all our muscles in our legs and glutes. Mind muscle connection is very important. 3, 2, and 1. All right, lateral 3-count shift, or you're just going to 1, 2, 3 from your seated position and you'll hold on 3. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3. Whatever your quick is, okay? Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We are on to, we've got 4 core moves. We're going to do our 4 Russian twist and into our reach. Okay, so we're going to be on our chair. All right, we're going to lean back slightly. We're going to twist 2, 3, 4, back to center, reach, bring it back, repeat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, bring it to center, reach, pull it right back. 1, 2, 3, 4, center, reach, bring it back, okay? Find the pattern and repeat it so you can find your flow here. Reach. And time on those. The next one we're going to do is an overhead hold, okay? And our little quick heel taps right here. Okay, so a slight little lean back. If you'd like, you can hold a water bottle or a lightweight, but it's not necessary. Here we go, okay? We're going to lean back slightly, tap, tap. Trying to scoop and C-curve your spine, thinking about keeping your belly button pulled back. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Okay, opposite heel, opposite toe. Halfway, take a little rest if you need it. If you need to, you can bring your arms down a little bit here too. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my, okay, we're gonna go back to those 4 count Russian twists with that forward reach, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to center. Exhale, reach it, bring it back. Center, reach. Center, reach. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 seconds. 2, 3, 1. And time, okay? Going back to that overhead hold with those heel, opposite heel to toe taps, okay? Ready? And begin. 1, 2. Trying to C-curve. I'm thinking of my belly button pulling back. Trying to shift from heel to toe. If you need to, bring your hands down a little bit. If you need a little break, that's okay too. These are challenging. Pull that belly button back, pull it back. We got 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more exercise on this side. We're going to do those wood choppers we did last week. So we're going to take one lighter weight. We're going to chop and exhale and bring that knee up all on one side for the first round and then the other. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to chop over, that knee raises. So my dumbbell starts at my shoulder and it finishes down towards my opposite hip, right? The knee raise becomes too much. You can take that part out and just simply keep your foot on the floor, just like this. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Other side. All right, we're going to start in 5 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Trying to feel deep muscles in my side of my core working, my obliques here. I'm trying to sit up nice and tall in between my rotations, keeping that belly button pulled back. It actually takes a lot of concentration, right? Three, two, and one. Nice work, everyone. Let's take a break. We just worked out for 18 minutes here. Next, we are going to do our one-time throw, okay? One-time throw is all we have to do to get our 3 sets. So no AB this time, just one straight way through, starting with our ground to overhead, okay? Our functional movement patterns here. Getting a lot of joints moving at once here. Going right back to the top, all right, with our ground to overhead. Remember, hips back. We're going to pretend to pick it up off the floor and put it on the shelf, okay? Let's get ready and begin. Here we go. Belly button to spine. Focusing in as your hips push back. They're moving in a horizontal position. Hips back and then hips forward. Horizontal here, okay? On your way up, squeeze your glutes. Keep them engaged as you put your dumbbell away. Three, two, and one. All right, all done with that one. Goalpost fly. I'm going to hit the back of those shoulders now. Get a little lateral side step in. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Really dial in to muscles working in the back of your shoulders here. Maybe you'll feel a little bit of lengthening through the front of your shoulders, okay? If you'd like to advance it a little bit, you want to add a little step, forward, step, tap, step, forward, step, back, okay? Something like that just for fun. You can, you don't have to. Five seconds, and we're moving on. 2, and 1. Okay, nice work. Now we're going into our hinge and row. Hinge and row. Roll those shoulders back and down. Feet are under hips, toes forward. Ready? Begin. Push those hips back. Row it. Squeeze the glutes. Just like our ground to overhead, hips are moving the same way. Horizontally. Back and then forward. Back. Forward. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Balance bicep curl next. Watch, guys. This time I'm going to put the timer right in front of me. Half one side, half the other. Let's get ready and begin. What, did I not tell you guys to switch your legs? I'm sorry. Gosh. Deep in thought, thinking about the next exercise. Hopefully you guys switched when you saw me switch. 2, and 1. Okay. Next exercise, suitcase sit squat, okay? So I'll tell you my thoughts when I forgot to tell you to switch legs on that other one here. Let's get ready. 3, 2, and 1. What I was thinking about is how when we're sit squatting now, look at this. Hips go down, hips go up. Okay, so now we are in our squat pattern, and it's a vertical up and down of our hips, right? Hips go down and back, or back and down, rather. And then we drive through the floor up. Our chest stays higher when we're in this vertical position with our hips and their movement. Push the floor away. Keep your focus on standing up. That's where the real work is being done right now. In this instance, time, okay? All right, moving right along. We are moving into our 3-count lateral hold. Let's get ready and begin. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Challenge yourself if you have it. A little bit of quickness in between the boom, boom, boom. Hold. Boom, boom, boom. Hold. Trying to hold. We're creating momentum right here, and then we're trying to stop on a dime. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Core series, starting with our 4 Russian twists to our forward reach. Okay, we're closer towards the end of our chair here, so we have room to scoop, belly button pull back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to center. Exhale. Reach. Bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center. Reach. Bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center. Reach. Bring it back. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, give it a second here. We're going into those heel to toe taps, opposite foot. We're going to have that overhead hold if we can. Option to hold a weight if you like. Honestly, I don't even know if we need one, but let's get ready and begin. We're going to scoop slightly. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Keep that belly button pulled back. It's like annoying focus, right? Stay dialed in, connected to your deepest layer of core muscles, really trying to squeeze them like a corset here. Keeping the length in your spine while you're pulling that belly button back. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, okay. One side of wood choppers on each side, okay? Remember, if it becomes too much to lift that knee up, just keep it down and let's focus on that chop, okay? Starting at one shoulder. Ready? Begin. And we're going to exhale, sweep it down to our opposite hip, raise the knee on that hip side if it feels okay. Search to feel those obliques working for you. Keep that length through the spine. We're sitting upright here, and then we twist it over. 10 seconds this side. 3, 2, and 1. All right, just one more side, guys, and we'll cool it down. 5 seconds. Let's get ready. Opposite shoulder to opposite hip and begin. Exhale as you chop down. Remember, you can take the knee raise out if you need to. And focus on that downward rotation. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Oh man. All right, guys, I felt my core really well on that one today. I hope you guys did too. Let's go ahead and get a drink here, and then we're going to start our cool down. All right, we're going to start by stretching out our arms today. Okay, so we'll take our palms, put them on the small of our back here. We're going to act like our elbows can kind of touch one another, like pull them like your elbows are going to kiss at the back here, right? And then lean forward, applying some pressure on your back. Feel a nice little stretch. Put your head where it feels comfortable. You don't necessarily have to look up, all right? Feel a stretch through the front of your shoulders and a lengthening through your abdominals here. Applying pressure to your lower back. Good. And then from here, we're going to do the reverse now. We'll put our hands on the back of our chair. Okay, and we're going to come down into that forward fold here, right? Feeling that stretch through our shoulders and our sides here near our hips. Okay, back of our legs. You can go ahead and add a little gentle swaying back and forth if you like, or you can keep it completely still, whatever feels okay for you. Okay, from here, let's walk it up, right? We'll get into our glute. Let's sit it down now. Figure 4 here. All right, so we're flexing this foot length, slight lean forward, and we're feeling this stretch right through here. It's not a huge range of motion. You keep that length, and then it's like you bend forward. It's like, it's not that far we move, but you should feel that stretch. Good, and then let's do our ankle here, flex 0.5, and circles 5 each direction. Same thing, other side, figure 4, flex this foot, find your spine length, and then just with that length, gently lean forward, feel that stretch through the side glute. And when you're ready, come up. Same thing with the ankle here. 5 flexing points. And then 5 each direction, circles. All right, guys, and a big inhale up. Exhale. Palms to heart, one more time. Exhale. Palms to heart. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer them for you. And otherwise, I hope you all have a beautiful week. Will it help? Yeah, I mean, I think that, anytime you're on a long flight, like, it could cause discomfort on a plane, right? Because we don't get all the comfort like that.
Yeah, I know.
We want to rest on, right?
Yeah.
But, of course, exercise is never going to take away from, a better physical, self. I would just suggest, like on those flights,
Yeah. The figure 4 I do sometimes, like I go to East Coast to West Coast, then you feel like walking, and then you do, so I feel better. So I thought, I'm doing right or not? I wanted your expert opinion. So that's
wait. So if you should do it when is it?
No, in the flight I'm sitting for long. So figure 4 if I do sitting there. And sometimes I can walk in between the aisle also.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would suggest. It's like, yeah, just try to get up on those longer flights and yeah, do a little walk, maybe get the aisle seat, right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sorry
Uh,
about. I just wanted to confirm. I was thinking for a while. So
yeah.
thanks again.
Thank you. If it feels weak now, if it's in pain, I'm not sure because that might be more appropriate for like a doctor. Okay. Things like some wall planks, something where we're isometric, or even a floor plank if you're at that level. Okay. But you could do it straight from the wall as well. So an isometric contraction. You could also take, this would be light weights. Okay. These are smaller muscle groups in the front. Okay. So we don't want to think more weight is going to make it stronger, stronger, stronger. No, we don't want to lift the weight that's heavier than it can handle, right? So think light here and front raises, okay? Like front raises, I would say with a 1 to 3 pound dumbbell, maybe 5 if you're super strong, okay? I mean, I myself would probably be using 5s or 8s if I did these myself, okay? So front raise right here is going to directly work this front. And then maybe something like an upright row. Let me grab my dumbbells for here. Okay. So this, roll your shoulders back and down. Okay. I'm going to keep the dumbbells like, I want to keep them like sliding up my body. Okay. And then my elbows end higher up than my dumbbells do. Okay. And then I lower back down. Slide them up my body and lower back down. Okay. You can do that. Try a set of 10 there, and then your front raises with a light weight here, a lighter weight. Okay, you can even alternate your front raises if that feels a little better, because they can be tough. Okay, try those though, and your wall plank. Okay, a wall plank. That's what I would suggest for you. Yeah, so I would suggest when we're doing the type of movements we're doing, the reason why I'm barefoot is I just don't want to sometimes I have a pair of sneakers designated for the house, right? But it's just because I just don't want to put my sneakers on the floor. But, working out barefoot's okay if you feel comfortable and your balance is in there. I will suggest, okay, as far as running sneakers for balance moves that we're doing are probably going to be your harder variation to balance on, okay? I'm going to show you, let me see if I can just show you an idea of a running sneaker and a flat bottom here, okay? Running sneaker has a lot more bumps and things that kind of can make us feel a little more unstable. Where like a flat shoe on the bottom, this is very flat on the bottom. This is a Chuck Taylor Converse. This is my daughter's. And that you're going to feel a lot more stability on the bottom for moves like this because it's completely flat. There's no cushion or anything on there. So if you're finding that it's really difficult in the sneakers that you're using, I would suggest looking for something that's called like a weightlifting, a weight training shoe. Right? Like a weightlifting shoe. Okay, there's different brands out there, something like Noble, the Chuck Taylors, the Converse. That's what I like to use when I'm trying to really work on just a really solid foundation. And so your flat shoe would be good for when we're doing balance work, anytime we're doing our weightlifting work. And then your walking shoe, or an aerobic shoe would be more when we're doing like a lot of agile movements or we're walking, you want a little more cushion and support around there. When we're weight training, you want something, or balance training, something a little more flat. And there's nothing wrong with working out barefoot. That's a preference though. Okay, it's just a preference. Okay, and if it feels okay for your foot and your ankle stability and whatnot. But I mean, like I said, I would consider I have more than one pair of sneakers and I will use my sneakers accordingly depending on what I'm doing. When I'm running or walking, I use my running or walking sneakers. When I'm weightlifting, I use my weightlifting sneakers. And if I'm doing some kind of cross training, like if I were doing something where I'm doing a lot of like think of tennis or something like that, Then I would have like a cross training sneaker. So if you go and you look online, you'll start to realize there's a lot of different types of sneakers out there according to the activity you're trying to do. And I think it's a good investment if you know you're doing more than one thing. Like say you play pickleball, you're going to have an athletic shoe, right? Because you're doing all this pivoting and back and forth. It's going to be different than your weightlifting shoe, right? It's going to be different than your running shoe. Okay. They actually make treads on the bottom according to the activity that you're doing. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if it was.